The film opens with a tense night in Boston. The Wheelman, an unnamed driver recently released from prison, slides behind the wheel of a sleek BMW. His job is clear: drive the getaway car for a planned bank robbery. Dressed simply, his presence is calm but detached, a man intent on keeping things professional. Soon 2 masked men climb into the back seat. One of them, sporting a mohawk, tries to strike up a conversation, but the driver gives little away, refusing to share his name. His authority is unspoken, his focus razor-sharp as the crew prepares for the heist. The car pulls up outside a downtown bank, headlights dimmed. The robbers jump out, leaving the wheelman behind to wait in silence. The camera never leaves the car, intensifying the claustrophobic atmosphere as he keeps watch, fingers drumming lightly on the steering wheel. Gunshots echo faintly in the distance, followed by the hurried footsteps of the crew as they rush back with heavy bags. They toss the stolen cash into the trunk, breathless and urgent, before barking orders to drive. The wheelman obeys without argument, tires screeching as the BMW cuts through the city streets. As the BMW speeds away from the bank, the wheelman keeps his focus on the road, weaving through the Boston streets with practiced precision. In the backseat, the 2 robbers shout with excitement, their adrenaline high, but the driver remains calm, his eyes fixed on the mirrors. Then, the cell phone mounted on the dashboard begins to buzz. The display shows an unfamiliar number, yet something about the timing demands his attention. He answers. On the other end is a voice he knows only as the caller, cold, deliberate, and unsettling. The instructions are simple but shocking: leave the crew behind and take the car, and the money, alone. The caller warns that the men in the back seat have orders to kill him once they reach the drop. The message is clear: trust no one. The wheelman listens in silence, his expression tightening. With the caller's warning still echoing in his mind, the wheelman makes a split-second decision. He pulls the BMW into a darkened side street, his movements precise but tense. The 2 robbers in the back are restless, demanding answers, but before they can press further, the driver orders them out. The caller's words replay in his head, confirming that this score is tainted by betrayal from the very start. Sliding back into the driver's seat, he exhales, gripping the steering wheel tightly. That's when he notices it, the faint hum of a motorcycle engine in the distance. Checking his mirrors, he spots a lone rider trailing him, keeping just enough distance to avoid suspicion. His jaw clenches. This isn't a coincidence, someone is already on his trail. The realization tightens the noose around him. What was supposed to be a quick getaway has now become a deadly pursuit. The night deepens as the wheelman keeps moving through narrow Boston streets, the motorcycle still lurking in his rearview mirror. His burner phone lights up again. This time flashing the name, Clay, the small-time hustler who arranged the job. The driver hesitates, then answers, his tone clipped and sharp. Clay's voice carries a forced calm, urging him to stay on course and deliver the money. But the wheelman's patience is wearing thin. The caller's warning and the biker's pursuit have already seeded doubt, and now Clay's reassurances sound hollow. Their exchange quickly grows, heated. The wheelman demands the truth, pressing Clay about who really set up the robbery. Clay tries to deflect, but his stammering only fuels suspicion. The driver's voice rises, accusing him of orchestrating a double cross. Clay insists he's caught in the middle of bigger players, but his desperation is telling. As they argue, the tension inside the BMW mirrors the chaos outside. The motorcycle keeps its steady distance, an unspoken threat shadowing every turn. The wheelman senses that Clay knows more than he's admitting, and each evasive answer confirms the betrayal runs deeper than he imagined. Ending the call abruptly, the driver grips the wheel harder. Trust has evaporated, leaving him alone in the crosshairs of a game he never agreed to play. The BMW glides through dimly lit streets, but the wheelman's eyes are fixed on the mirrors. The motorcycle that has shadowed him refuses to fall back. Its persistence confirms the caller's warning: someone is hunting him. The driver accelerates, cutting sharply through intersections, but the bike matches his pace. The chase tightens, tension building with every rev of the engines. Suddenly, the motorcyclist closes in, pulling a gun. Bullets shatter the silence, ricocheting against the BMW's frame. The wheelman ducks instinctively, swerving hard to avoid taking a hit. Glass splinters across the dash, but he never lets go of the wheel. The city blurs around him as he maneuvers with precision born of experience, forcing the car into tight corners and narrow escapes. The gunfire continues, relentless, but the wheelman's calm under pressure becomes his weapon. He brakes suddenly, sending the biker lurching forward, then accelerates again, using the BMW's weight to his advantage. After a tense exchange of dodges and shots, he finally manages to lose the tail, slipping into a dark alley and cutting the headlights. The sound of the motorcycle fades into the night, swallowed by distance. Breathing hard, he steadies himself, the echo of gunfire still sharp in his mind. This attack leaves no room for doubt. The job is compromised, and survival now depends on uncovering who set him up. Shaken from the gunfire but unrelenting, the wheelman knows there's only one person who can give him the answers he needs: Clay. Tracking him down, the driver corners the nervous middleman and forces him into the BMW at gunpoint. The tension inside the car is suffocating at close quarters, amplifying Clay's unease as the barrel of the pistol hovers within reach. The wheelman demands the truth, his voice cold and unwavering. Clay tries to dodge, muttering about bigger players and deals gone wrong, but under pressure his story unravels. He admits he arranged the robbery for one crew but was pressured by another figure. the caller, to betray them for a bigger payoff. It was a setup from the start designed to pit factions against each other while Clay collected a cut. The revelation confirms the worst: the wheelman was never meant to walk away clean. Rage simmers beneath his calm exterior, but he keeps control, eyes fixed on the road while Clay stammers in the passenger seat. The betrayal explains the caller's manipulative warning and the gunfire from the motorcycle. Everyone is pulling strings, and he is caught in the center. The wheelman's silence speaks louder than words. With the truth laid bare, the car becomes a confessional, one where lies no longer have room to hide. Inside the BMW, the air grows heavier as Clay's confession lingers. The wheelman drives in silence, his mind racing, while Clay shifts uneasily in the seat beside him. The guilt and fear coursing through the middleman are palpable. He rambles nervously, insisting he never meant for things to spiral this far, that he only wanted a cut without getting his own hands dirty. But the cracks in his voice betray how deeply he understands the danger he's unleashed. The wheelman listens but offers nothing in return, his grip on the wheel firm, his jaw set. Clay's desperation intensifies, muttering about debts and threats from both sides of the conflict. The silence from the driver feels like judgment, pressing him into a corner he cannot escape. The wheelman's focus remains on the road, his mind calculating the next move as Clay's fear fills the car. Eventually, the driver lets Clay out, his usefulness exhausted, leaving the middleman to face the consequences of his betrayal alone. The weight of the truth settles in, and the wheelman drives on, the night growing darker as the stakes climb higher. The echo of Clay's confession still rattles inside the BMW as the wheelman steadies his breathing. There's no time to dwell, his phone vibrates again. This time, the voice on the other end is colder, crueler, the caller, now revealed as a key figure in the rival faction. Gone is the manipulative calm, in its place is raw menace. He tells the wheelman plainly, deliver the money to a new location or his family will pay. The threat pierces deeper than any bullet. The wheelman's ex-wife, Jessica, and their teenage daughter, Katie, are mentioned by name, proving the caller knows exactly how to hurt him. Fear grips him, but he masks it with a controlled tone, trying to stall for time. He insists his family has nothing to do with the job, but the caller cuts him off with chilling finality. The conversation ends abruptly, leaving the wheelman to grapple with the threat. Gripping the steering wheel until his knuckles whiten, he feels the night shift from betrayal to personal war. The caller's leverage is complete. The job is no longer about survival or money, it's about protecting the only people who matter to him. The BMW glides toward the new drop point, its headlights cutting through the darkness. The wheelman knows the caller will be waiting, the threat against his family looming. Every mile tightens the knot in his chest. Reaching the spot, he scans the area, dim lights, scattered shadows, and the unmistakable presence of armed men. The tension is palpable, the air thick with danger. The caller's men close in, demanding the cash. The wheelman keeps his composure, but his mind is already working ahead. He uses his wits to stall, negotiating under pressure, while keeping his eyes on the surroundings. The situation escalates as his daughter, Katie, enters the fray, having defied her mother's wishes to stay safe. She arrives in a car, her presence both a risk and a lifeline, giving the wheelman a chance to shift the odds. Heart pounding, he coordinates with her, his voice calm despite the chaos, as they navigate the dangerous standoff. With danger pressing in, the wheelman pushes forward to end the nightmare. The stolen cash is still in his possession, and both factions want it. He orchestrates a plan to outmaneuver the caller, using Katie's unexpected arrival to create confusion. The rival crews converge, expecting an easy exchange, but the wheelman has already set the stage for a reversal. In the shadows, he manipulates the situation, turning the factions against each other. The standoff is taut, words traded like bullets before violence erupts. As the caller closes in, the wheelman's quick thinking and driving skills tilt the balance. Gunfire and shouts fill the air, but he keeps Katie shielded, guiding her through the chaos. When the smoke settles, the money is lost in the fray, the rival factions left to deal with their own fallout. The wheelman's focus remains on his family, ensuring their safety as the night's chaos subsides. Finally, he drives away with Katie, knowing Jessica is secure. Amid exhaustion and unspoken relief, he reflects on the cost of his perilous world, alive, but forever separated from the family he fought to protect, bound by the consequences of betrayal and bloodshed. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth recaps and reviews. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the hidden truths in every story.